This is the video for someone who wanted to come to the US but they are skeptical about will I be getting a job. Show them this video and I'm pretty sure they'll be confident and they'll be positive after watching the entirety of this video. So much opportunities over here, but the thing is you need to come here and explore the stuff. That's the only thing that you need to do. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you all don't know who I am Shravya Pedigari. I'm currently doing my graduate school in the University of Maryland College Park and my major is in plant science. So yes, I'm from agriculture background and this is the most awaited video of my channel regarding the agriculture, because this is all about the career opportunities for agriculture, horticulture, plant sciences or food sciences, veterinary or anything related to agricultural background. In this video I would like to say a few points that I have observed personally. As I have mentioned in my previous video, I would like to break some myths and tell you the truths about some of the important things that most of the people doesn't know about the career opportunities in agriculture in USA, because these are the things that I didn't know when I first started as a student here. So I thought this would be a very interesting and very helpful video for someone who is actually coming from India or any other country to US, and they would know before studying like there are actually some career opportunities that are present, so that they have this confidence to come here and pursue their degree. So let's get this done. And so before doing this video, like before starting this video, I would like to say that this is just an informational video that I'm putting down according to my experiences that I have faced. This might not be the experience for everyone who are here. Some might have struggles. Every job opportunity is not only agriculture, will in engineering they have struggles too, but these are my experiences and I think this most of them would be true, and it will be different for different scenarios. And I'm sharing all the knowledge that I have on how the industry or career opportunities work here, based on the knowledge and based on my talks with my professors or chair of the departments or anyone over here. I'm sharing this experience. So let's get into the video. I would like to start this video by breaking some myths and telling you the truth. So the first myth is you don't get a high paying jobs here. Of course, I would say this is as a myth, because there are so many jobs. If you even now, if you can open Indeed and see, look up for any horticulturist or landscaping or agronomist or any kind of jobs that you see, you will find like around 70,000 and above. And also it depends on the state how much salary you will be getting, so it's not always the lowest job. And because you're coming here for masters, definitely this will not be lower, because even when you're doing your graduate assistantship, the minimum pay that you will be getting per month is around $2,000 to $2,500. So I don't think after your graduation you're going to get less paid, because that's not the case here. So just don't worry about it, and that's a myth. Don't believe that. You will get a good paying jobs if you have a good major and good GPA, and if you perform well in the interview and if you try to get a good job. So that's a myth. The second myth is there are less people or less companies out there that are actually sponsoring you for H1B. I would say this is a myth, because I have a reason for it. Even I heard about it, like there are very less companies for sponsoring the H1B for agriculture in USA, and I tried to reach out to some of the companies which actually didn't sponsor at all, but they are actually willing to sponsor. The reason this came up as a myth and many of us are like worrying about this is most of the companies didn't know that they have to sponsor if they have to take an international student, because there are no international students or international people that have joined their company before, and they doesn't even know about this process. So you might be the first one to go into that company and say that yes, I wanted to work here, can you sponsor me? And they might be willing to sponsor, but they don't have that knowledge of how to do the process. So we are the ones who are actually guiding them to do the process. And what's wrong with that? The reason this is happening is there are very less Indians, international students who are coming here in agriculture, and most of them are Americans. So That's the reason like most of the companies doesn't know that they have to sponsor. If more students like engineering they come here for agriculture, this wouldn't be a problem at all, because all the companies will be knowing that like engineering we also have to sponsor this stuff. So this is definitely a myth. Don't try to make your decision based on these myths and avoiding the great opportunity of coming to the US for studying the agriculture. This is the silliest myth I have ever heard, is we will be working always outside. Dude, just stop believing this. If you are appointed as a manager, you will be not working always outside, and it's not always the working outside stuff. It will be some office stuff and it will be some field inspections, and based on your job it will be varying. And if you are a scientist, you will be always working in the lab and you will not even see the outside world. So it all depends, and don't believe that you will be working always outside. And what's wrong with working outside? I don't know, like I don't see a point in what's wrong working outside. And it all depends on where you're appointed and which scenario you're appointed and which position you're appointed, and that's it. So this is a myth. So these are all the myths that I thought would be helpful for people who are actually taking decisions. I'm saying this as a myth because most of the students who are actually messaging me in the Instagram are asking these questions, and they're asking me, are these true? So I just wanted to clarify that these are all myths, and don't take your decision based on all these myths, and don't miss an opportunity of coming here and exploring a whole different world of research and opportunities. And now let's come back to the actual video of what are the career opportunities here. So now I would like to divide these opportunities into two types. One is academics and the other is industry. Academics is for someone who is actually or who actually done the PhD here. So most of the people who have done their PhD wanted to actually pursue or go for in the academics by doing postdoc, after that applying for a professor or assistant professor. That is kind of a different route. And the next route is industry. Industry is something other than academics, like non-profit organizations or private companies like Syngenta, Bayer, etc. And what are the other things? And different landscaping companies, like all the other private companies come under industry. So I will be concentrating here about the industry stuff because most of us will be coming here for masters, and industry is something which is so quick to get a jobs in here than academics, because when you apply for a professor or assistant professor job, it usually takes around 6 months to get appointed. So it's a long process because they have all the paperwork that has to be submitted, and there is a whole lot of thing that is going on in there. In industry, it's not like that. When you start applying for jobs, they might take you within a couple of weeks or within just a week, or they might say like join tomorrow. This is how industry works. So they take very quick decisions and you might be appointed very quickly. So this is how industry works. First thing I wanted to mention here is different majors will have different kinds of jobs. For example, let me take my example. I am doing my research work on turfgrass management. So when I try to apply for jobs, the most jobs that I'll be getting in are landscaping companies, Syngenta, Bayer, like a scientist, like a turfgrass or any other agronomy or pathology scientist, because I have worked on the pathology work in my research work. So that is one of the reason I might opt for it. Any other cemetery where there is a turfgrass, and also golf courses, athletic fields, also public gardens, which are non-profit organizations, and any place where the turf is grown, I will be having a job. This is how we need to think about when you think of your major. So different majors will have different kinds of jobs. Also, some other majors might also get the jobs in here. It's not like you are doing turfgrass and you have to only work in the turfgrass field. if you have taken horticulture in any of your courses in your masters, then you can also work in something related to horticulture, like horticulturist positions or horticulture manager or something related to horticulture, and it all depends on your interest where you wanted to work. So the main question come here is how to apply and how we are going to get a job, because doing the masters here, our main aim is to get a job and have a good life here, right? So this is all we want, after all, coming from our country to this country. So what I did, or what I am doing, is trying to build up LinkedIn connections. Immediately after you start your masters, like try to build up all the LinkedIn connections in your department or in your field, like any plant sciences, horticulture, anything related to entomology or wheat or anything that is related to your field. Just try to add connections over the period of time, and that will be really helpful when you apply for jobs. So that is one thing that I did. Second thing is Indeed. It's a great platform for all the agriculture related stuff, or agriculture related job opportunities to search for, because I have tried to apply for some kind of jobs. I didn't thought that I would get back with any of the employers, but most of the employers will or do reply to you, and I have taken couple of interviews too, which actually will give you a very big confidence that yes, there are job opportunities that are present and you are going to get selected if you perform well. For this, I wanted to share an example here which brings you a lot of confidence. Because I am a plant science major, I have applied for horticulture manager for MGM Resorts. MGM Resorts is, for someone who doesn't know, it's a hospitality field. Like it's a 7-star hotel, I think so. Yeah, I think it's a 5-star or 7-star hotel. It's a big thing, and I applied for it. I didn't know whether I'll be getting the job or not. I just applied for it. I got back from them and they said there will be an interview conducted via Zoom, and I'm really excited for it. So I just attended the interview, and the interview was so high standard. Like that's the highest standard interview that I have ever attended. Like that's the best interview I can say, and I'm confident that I performed very well. And they said if I am selected, then they would call back to me for the second round of interview, and I got the second round of interview and I did perform well in that too. So that then the third thing would be in person, I guess, but at that point of time I'm just doing only my second masters. So in the second interview he said, are you available to work immediately after the interview process is done? Then I said I might not, because I have one more year to complete. I just can't do that. He said but we are looking for someone for an immediate hire, because we are searching for this position for more than an year. Then there are some discussions that went on, and finally I got an email, and the interview is done, and after like couple of days I got an email saying we are so sorry that we couldn't take you, but we really liked your energy levels and we definitely wanted to have you in our team, but unfortunately because you're continuing your studies we couldn't take you. But in the future, don't try to hesitate or contact me for getting any jobs, because we really want such kind of talented people in our team. So this is how actually it works. In that situation, I was actually about to offer a position, but because I'm already studying, I couldn't take that position. So don't try to lose hope when you're trying to apply for a job. You're going to get one, but you need to have that patience to get into that job field. I think I have covered all the points, like the major points that actually I have went through and which are really important for someone to know about how the industry or career will work here. I think this will be really helpful for someone who wanted to come here and they are very skeptical about, after completing my studies, will I get a job? So don't be skeptical about it, because you're going to get a job. It's not that I'm assuring you, but it's that so many opportunities that are present over here. The reason I'm saying it so confidently is recently, like couple of days back, we as a grad students in our department, we had some kind of like a lunch with our chair of the department. In that lunch sessions, he was saying that he went to a meeting where all the other department chairs of different universities, they got to meet and have some discussions, and out of the discussion discussions, he got to know that there are so many job opportunities that are coming our way, and just wait for it, because this kind of like an internal information that he got, and he shared that with us. So I'm sharing that with you. Why is it difficult to come to the US is because there are less people who already came here, so there will be less guidance for someone who is coming from India to US or any other in any other country to the US. So these are the reasons that actually make it hard to think that, oh my god, it's so difficult to come to the US in agriculture. You should have that strong determination and strong will. You are definitely going to excel in the agriculture. I would say be positive, stay positive, and everything positive happens in your life. And that's what I did, because there are no one actually to guide me to come here. My passion towards it has actually driven me here. Now I am doing this video, but previously I have searched any YouTube, anywhere. Nobody's actually have done any kind of such, no kind of such information was available on the internet for me to check out. Like I don't had any information, but I just came here blindly. After seeing here, I thought like there are so many opportunities, and our community of agricultural community over India is actually missing out this opportunity. I thought that this will be an encouragement for many agricultural graduates who are doing their bachelor's in India, and that would drive them to come here and explore this place and have a good settlement in agriculture. Hope this video is helpful and informational, and if you like this, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time in the next video. Until then, Shravya signing off. See you. Bye bye.